Hey everybody, welcome to this year's guitar collection video. Last year I said I would try to do these more regularly just because I do trade and sell guitars a lot. You know, I'm always looking for inspiration of new instruments, so I'm going to show you what I have right now. I'll tell you one thing, this past year I have traded and sold more guitars than I ever have in my life, and it was because it was such a year of discovery for me of like, these are the instruments I want, and I connected with a bunch of different ones, you know, very strongly, and this is what I have left. So I will say one thing here at the beginning of the video. I'm not going to be playing any of them. My index finger on my left hand has been bothering me, hurting a little bit, and if there's one piece of advice I could give anybody is that if you have injured your hands or fingers in any way, just give them a rest. Don't play through it, don't make it worse, just let them rest. And so I haven't been playing too much guitar here the past few days. I'm just kind of taking a few days off. I'm like, well, I'm just going to talk about these things anyways. And before we go full nerd mode, a big shout out and thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring today's video. I will be linking all the guitars that I have that are over on Sweetwater's website down below for you. I've purchased a lot of these, probably the majority of them, from Sweetwater over the years, so I'm happily going to link those for you. And if you guys don't mind, please subscribe, and yo, set your nerd levels to absolute maximum. So let's start with this bad boy right here. A lot of you are going to know what this is, and a lot of you still ask what guitar this is. This is a guitar that means a lot to me for a lot of different reasons now. This is a Suhr Reb Beach signature guitar. Now, this is the first guitar I've ever owned that had EMG pickups in there, and I've always dogged EMGs. Actually, I'm going to make a video called We Need to Apologize with a friend of mine, because we've dogged EMGs our whole life, and then got a guitar with them in there. I'm like, dang, EMGs sound pretty good. But this is a guitar that I've always wanted to try, finally got to try one, and ended up loving it. Now, what's really cool about it, if you haven't seen the videos I got to actually do with Reb, I met Reb, and then he was in town, and he actually came over. I did a whole interview. It's on there. It's one of my proudest videos I have on my entire channel. So if you want to check that out, you would, but you could. But Reb signed the pickup cavity here. We pulled the springs off, and I had him sign his name in there, so it'll never wear away. And Reb came over, and he played this guitar for 2 or 3 hours, however long it was. And at the end, he was like, man, that's a really good one. So I always thought that was cool, and it made this guitar priceless for me. So this is one that I will not be getting rid of. Well, you know, we all say that. I won't get rid of it. It's like, unless I absolutely, like, family needs food, then I would sell it in a heartbeat. But I love this thing. It's a solid koa body. They are moving away from the solid koa now. They're doing like an alder body with a koa top, a Palfaro neck and fingerboard, and then of course the Floyd Rose, and then EMGs. I don't remember what EMGs are in here, but an absolutely killer guitar. I haven't connected with a lot of Suhr guitars personally, but this was one that as soon as my hands felt the neck, I was just like, oh my god, this guitar is so good. So anyways, there's the first one, a Suhr Reb Beach, and on to the next. I do want to throw in here real quick that if you do not see a guitar in here, odds are I no longer have it. So like I said, I had to trade and sell a lot of guitars. The Reb was one of the guitars I sold, I don't know, 4 or 5 guitars, whatever it was, to pay for that one. So I have, like I said, the collection has changed a ton since the last collection video I did. Now, this is one that has still been sticking around. This is my 1981 Ibanez Destroyer. I love this thing so much. I love the Explorer body shape. I still have my Explorer. It's actually in its case. I'm actually getting ready to, I'm gonna see how many times I can say the word actually. I'm in the process of trading it for something else. So I won't have my Gibson Explorer anymore, but it's because I kind of stopped playing it once I got this thing. So if you haven't checked these out, the DT400s, the DT450s, all that kind of stuff, incredible guitars, and just cool. I mean, look how cool this is. I always think of Paul Gilbert. They had, him and Bruce Boyer had those Ice Destroyers, which I think they only ever made 2 of, and this is the closest thing you can kind of get to them. And I just think it's as cool as it gets. Look at that thing, man. And it sounds killer. Super 70, I think in the neck, and a V2 in the bridge, or maybe it's the other way around. A recurring theme is going to be, I don't really know what's in these guitars. And I don't really mod them. I don't change much. Like if I play a guitar and I like it, I just kind of keep it as is. Now this is one that everybody comes over here and they see it and they're like, oh, can I play the Jake E? And everyone has the same reaction. They're like, that guitar sounds awesome. Even in videos, every time this one makes an appearance, you guys are like, man, those other Charvels or guitars, whatever it is, sound good. But that Jake E, I don't know what it is about this thing. It is a kind of a bare bones guitar, just a volume knob, 5-way selector. I believe it's a JB in the bridge, or yeah, I think it's a JB. And then the slanted pickups, I do think changed the way these single coils sound. It's a really, really cool sounding guitar. 21 frets, turns some people off. I honestly just don't care about any of that stuff. 21, 22, 24, you know, I like that it's different. It does have smaller frets on it. It does have like the bullet truss rod, just like Jake's, because Jake's original Strat was a 70s Strat that they shaved down and had the big headstock and went to the smaller Fender style one. But I mean, it's just a monster guitar. I think part of the reason it sounds so good is, and I'm like talking really fast, I'm gonna try to slow down. It is a through body, you know, just like your Teles. So there's no tremolo in this one. All that crazy tremolo stuff Jake was doing, he was doing it without a tremolo. So Jake E, and you know what's weird about this one? Me and my buddy Adam talk about this all the time. It says custom shop on here. Some do, some don't. I don't know. It wasn't listed as a custom shop, so I don't know. But you'll see some of them say custom shop, some don't. I don't know if it is or not. Another video favorite guitar is the Ernie Ball Axis Super Sport. Of course, when I'm doing any Van Hagar stuff, and some people hate when I say Van Hagar. Just words, people. This thing looks amazing. They just came out with an anniversary line, and they did a lot of those original colors that Eddie had on his guitars. And I'm like, man, those are cool. But I already have one. The only thing I don't like when they paint the back of a guitar black. I like to see the wood, you know. I don't even care if it's like pieced together, you know, whatever the reason for doing that is. But man, this is just a great sounding guitar, great playing. I like that it feels so different. Because one of the things for me is, it's not about, I just want more gear. I don't care about owning more gear. I care 1000% about owning more inspiration. So when I get a guitar and the neck feels different than all my other ones, I'm like, oh, I really like that. Or the pickups are different. Or like on this one, my hand placement is different, so it makes me play a little bit different. That was, like I said, this past year was so much of an inspiration discovery for me on guitar. And this is one of those guitars, you know, it doesn't sound or play like any of my other guitars. I don't know what pickups are in this thing. I don't know if they're DiMarzios or Duncans or anything, but it's got the Ernie Ball compensated nut. This thing stays in tune like a champ, and it probably looks a little weird on me, like if I was standing. Yeah, it's a smaller guitar, so you know, it's a cool guitar though. I just love the way it sounds and plays. So on to the next. So I did a video a while back about how I didn't want any more vintage guitars, and I still stand by that. I'm definitely not looking for any more vintage instruments. But this is one of the few that I have. This is a 63 Strat, and this was a total dream guitar of mine. I've made so many videos about it. I'm not going to talk too much. But this is a refin. So the body has been refinished as well as the neck, and that's why it was affordable. I bought it in 2018 or 2019. And other than that, most of it is kind of restored back to original. And the reason why I say that is when we got it, it had CTS pots in there, which would not be correct. We being me and my wife, got some Stackpole 63 pots and put them in here. Got an old 3-way switch, put it in there. The pickups were already original. And a really good friend of mine gave me this pick guard. Now this is a 64 pick guard, not a 63. But other than that, everything else is original. It didn't have a back plate on it. But just, it still is a dream guitar. You know, I picked this thing up and it just has inspiration for days. I love the way that it sounds, and it's not the easiest guitar to play, but it just oozes cool whenever you're playing it. So 63 Strat, and I know the original owner, Jim. If you happen to be watching this, Jim, thank you again, and I'm still hanging tight onto your Strat. I never plan on getting rid of this one. And another Charvel has entered the chat. This is the Rick Graham signature Charvel. Now, this one's cool because I'm a huge Rick Graham fan. Rick has also become a friend of mine, and him and the guys at Charvel sent this to me to check out, and it's amazing. You know, these are made in Mexico, and they just play and sound so good, and it was my first reverse headstock guitar, which influenced another guitar that you'll see here in a little bit. But this, if you haven't experienced a reverse headstock on a guitar, man, do I like it. It makes your higher strings a little bit more slinky, lower strings a little bit more tight, which to me is what you want on the guitar in the first place. But it's just a fantastic instrument. I keep it tuned down so you guys don't get to see it all that much, but I love it, man. You'll see it in licks and stuff in Instagram videos. But if you haven't checked one of these out, man, the Rick Graham DK24, dude, monster guitar. All right, this is a guitar that I have not officially made a video on yet. You've seen it in a couple videos, but I have not even talked about it. I ordered this from the guys over at Tyler. I purchased this myself, and one of the things I asked them when I was ordering this guitar was, could you guys record it being built? And Rich and the guys over there said, sure. So I'm waiting to get the footage from them, and then you'll get to see the video of this guitar being built. I'll demo it, do all that kind of stuff. But obviously, the stuff I've done with Dan, I always wanted a Tyler, but getting to play Dan's Tyler so much and just being around them, I'm like, oh man, they have a sound. I really want this, and I had a nice, I've gotten to know Rich really well now, but had a great phone call with him with a Tom Anderson that I had that had a switcheroo system in it. I'm like, hey, I want a guitar that does this, but I also want a blade switch, and I want to be able to do the neck pickup. And he's like, okay, I think you need this. So I got I believe this is called a Studio Elite HDX. I could be wrong on that. I do not know the pickups off the top of my head, but basically the way this works is I have my preamp boost, which is that trademark 80s sound that Dan would get, and then you have this, which allows you to put the neck pickup in there, and then series parallel for each pickup, and then this is a normal 5-way switch, and then there's your preamp boost. So it is without a doubt the most versatile guitar I've ever owned, and I'm excited to work on the track. So like I said, I'm not going to talk about it too much because I haven't demoed it yet, but just wait until you hear this thing full out. It is an incredible instrument, and just the nicest people over at Tyler. I love supporting companies that just are made up of great people. Oh my god, this is so much talking in this video. Oh man, are you sick of it yet? So this is another one. When you guys see it, I see lots of questions. It is not a Gibson, which, I mean, you can probably tell that by the body, but it is not a Gibson. This is a Heritage. This is an H150 artisan aged, and man, I'll be honest with you, I have put my other Les Pauls in cases. The Gold Top is one that I'm thinking about selling, and my old 79 KM Les Paul, it needs refretted and stuff. I'm going to have to do all that stuff, but I really wasn't playing it since I got this one. I want the Les Paul kind of thing. Dude, I grabbed this thing. I just love the way it feels, the way it plays. It sound the antiquity pickups in there. I do know that. Sound great. I like the red back on it. It's aged, and dude, just a monster Les Paul. It just does everything I want a Les Paul to do. I haven't like really looked for any other Les Pauls. So, anyways, I'll get the KM out of the case and show it to you because it's an important guitar to me. But dude, this thing just kind of ruined me. I like this over any Gibson I've played in a long time. You'll probably notice a theme of a brand that keeps showing up. Charvel. So, full disclosure, Charvel is my favorite guitar brand of all time. So, I own a lot of Charvels, and I love all the different eras. The original ones when they had Fender headstocks, when they had the pointed headstocks, when they went to the toothpaste logo, the early 2000s, you know. Of all the brands of guitars that I've owned over the years, I have always had a Charvel the past like 17 years or something like that. Like, I love Charvels, man. That's when I see that logo, so many of my heroes played it. It means a lot to me. So this was the most recent Charvel that I got. This is the Charvel Custom Shop Zebra. And again, it's another one of those situations. I traded and sold a bunch of stuff to be able to afford it, and so worth it. The pickups, I remember these because I just looked them up a couple days ago for a friend of mine. These are called Deactivator pickups. Deactivator X. They are so hot. I think they measure in like 17 or something like that. So smoking hot pickups, in my opinion. A very big sounding guitar, and I keep wanting to play them, but I'm like, stop playing it, you're gonna hurt your hand. And just a monster guitar. It sits somewhere in between. You're gonna see an Anderson here in a minute, and the Tyler, as far as like how it plays, because it plays so easy. I love the way this guitar feels and plays. And I mean, it's zebra print. Come on, everybody. There's always tiger, cheetah, Bengal. Nah, man, zebra. That's 80s. So we're gonna venture right back to Ibanez land. This is an old, I think a 92 RG550. Obviously someone else owned this before me, and look at how much they played it. I love seeing a maple fretboard that's just played and all disgusting looking. I don't know why I like it. You can see the back of it too. I mean, somebody played the life out of this thing. The frets are still in decent shape. Ibanez has huge frets on most of their guitars, but you know, this thing doesn't get the love and attention it deserves, but I still do play it. It's tuned down a half step, so that's why you guys don't see it too much. Every time I do a video, a lesson or anything with a guitar that's half step down, the comments are like, man, I wish you would have done this in standard. So I'm just like, all right, I'll stick to standard unless it's like an Eddie video or something like that. I'm like, come on, you got to tune down half step. That's just the way that is. But yeah, this is a cool one. I made a video about this a long time ago. Backstory if you want to hear it, but fantastic guitar. Really, outside of the Destroyer, the only model of Ibanez I really like are 550s. So I've had a couple 550s. I used to have a 5-alarm red one that was in like mint condition, but I ended up selling that. I think that was one of the guitars I sold or traded to get the Suhr Reb Beach Suhr. So anyways, this is the only own 2 Ibanez right now. So check this bad mamma jamma out. As many of you knew or know or have known, whatever the words are that would be correct in my English vernacular. You know that I was looking for one of these old Schecter Hellcats for a long time, and I got one. These are really cool guitars that you don't see too often. They make a newer version. This is one of the California Custom Shop ones. So back in the 90s, when they were still made here in the US, this is one of them. So this one is the maple neck version, of course. There's also a rosewood version, but you just don't see these very often. You know, it's got the 3 embossed Duncan pickups, and it's just such a unique sounding guitar. I've never made a video about this one either. Some guitars I get, and honestly, I just kind of keep them for me. I used to have a 335, another guitar that I sold to buy. Probably, I think the Tyler was maybe when I sold that one to help pay for that one. But you know, some guitars I just get and I'm like, I really don't want to make a video about it. I'm just gonna use it and have it for me, and you know, no obligation to make a video about it. So this is one of those, but you get to see it right now. So really cool guitars, Hellcats. Make sure you get the California Custom Shop one, made the 90s. They are incredible. Look at that big old headstock on that thing. Of course, I still have my EVH Frankie. This is one, I mean, I don't ever foresee me getting rid of this guitar. Not because it's necessarily like mind-boggling great or anything, but Eddie's my hero. So having this guitar, especially, you know, that Eddie has passed away, means a lot. I like looking at it. You know, at the end of the day, I don't believe in like hanging guitars on walls and just looking at them, but I'd probably do that to this one before I'd get rid of it. And just because, you know, it's like one of those if you know thing. Like you see all the little things in here on the guitar. I still have a 71 quarter that my buddy Derek gave me that I need to put on here. The guys at Glazer's, Max, actually has a template. So the holes are all in the same spot as Eddie. So I got to take it in there and I'm going to have him drill and put it on the guitar. But yeah, I mean, well, if you're an Eddie fan, dude, the Frankie, come on, you got to get one. This is really my only Tele, like my traditional Tele that I have. This one is modded like crazy. Super glue on it. I think I've told that story before. And let me get this over so you can see my face. Hey, there I am. Spilled super glue on it. I've put the Glazer saddles on there. It has a G-bender put in it. It has a triple tree on it. I've sanded the back of the neck all the way down to the wood and then put gunstock oil on it. And it's just like, it's just my Tele. You know, it's the American Vintage Teles that Fender, I don't know if they still make them or was making them. It's out of tune because I haven't played it much lately, but it's just like, if I need a Tele sound, man, it just sounds great. I like the pickups that were in it, and just kind of straight ahead, you know, Telecaster. But I've switched really away from most maple fretboards. I really like rosewood on pretty much everything now. And to completely contradict my last statement about maple fretboards, here's a Super Strat with a maple fretboard on it. This is the Friedman Cali that I got when they first came out. Grover was, you know, Grover Jackson was making them, and he was painting them at the time because his painter retired. So this is one that I'll hang on to forever. You know, Grover is in town all the time. And I'm like, man, I want to know when you're going to be here. I want you to sign the back of my guitar for me. I would love to have his signature on here. So hopefully that can happen. But it's got a really, really killer bird's eye maple fretboard. And it's just it's just one of the best Super Strats, you know? It has like a roughness to it that I really like. So again, another one that I keep half step down so you don't see it all the time. But man, I love this thing. If you guys have been around for a while, you know that its name is Sugar. So, there we go. Sugar! Oh, look, he has another Charvel. It's so surprising at this point. This is the old Charvel, another one that you guys always seem to dig. The problem with these is the necks were really small. This is, I believe, either a Predator or a 3DR body. I can never remember. I had the switch fixed. The guys at Glazer's literally took this bridge out and took it completely apart down to the screws, cleaned it, put it all back together, and got it where it was working good again, where you can actually fine tune it. And the guitar plays amazing now. They did the frets, everything. Again, I keep it half step down so you don't see it all the time. But fixed the locking nut back here for me. And it's just a killer guitar. It's kind of a mutt because it's got a Model 1 neck. If you know, the Crackles like this did not come with a maple neck. It was a reverse headstock rosewood fretboard with the shark inlays, or you had the normal headstock. But it was usually a rosewood fretboard. So this one's kind of a mutt, and when people see it, they're like, I've never seen a Crackle with a maple neck on it. You could actually take the necks off of all of them. You could take a Model 2 neck and put it on a Model 1. You could take a Model 1 neck, put it on a 3DR. You know, mix and match them however you wanted. But this thing's cool, and I mean, look at it. How 80s. Put this and the Zebra together, and you're set. Another one of the few vintage instruments that I own. This is the '63 Firebird and Firebird III. And, you know, Firebirds are just so cool. I love the bigger shaped guitars, like the Explorers, the Firebirds. Firebirds have an incredibly unique sound. This middle position just sounds phenomenal on this one. This is one that I've been like on the fence about, you know, maybe selling and getting rid of. I actually got this one from Uncle Larry when we moved to town. This is the first guitar I bought in Nashville. So I've had this thing for 3 years now. And when I play it, I'm always like, it sounds so good, but I definitely don't play it enough, I think, to warrant having it. So it's one that I've, you know, I put back in the case because I'm like, if I'm thinking about selling it, you know, I should probably just put it in the case so nothing happens to it. But it's a killer guitar, man. It sounds great. It's been converted to the Tunematic here, or whatever it's called. so you can actually intonate it. It actually plays in tune, and I have the original bridge, but it's an awesome guitar, man. 63, dude. Good year for all this stuff. All right, you know old Indy had to make an appearance. This is one of my all-time guitars. The 79 Les Paul KM, and it needs some TLC for sure. I should just drop it off at Glazier's and have them do it, but I want to record it being refretted, and that is my phone going off again. But heavy as a mother. This thing, you know, this thing's thicker than a Snickers. But it is such just a riff machine. You know, as soon as I plug this thing in, it's like, go ahead, record, because you're going to be writing some riffs on it. It is hard to play in all the best ways possible, and it just gives you so much inspiration. So it's a cool guitar, but like I said, I have mostly been playing my Heritage over this one. This one's been in the case, and you know, I still bust it out every once in a while, but overall, it is a phenomenal guitar, but it just doesn't get played that much anymore. But it was my first Les Paul. First Gibson Les Paul. I had an Epiphone before this, but it is out of tune, but still a fantastic guitar. Alright, now the final guitar I'm going to talk about is this one, which I have not done a video on just yet, but this is, oh my god. This is the best playing guitar I've ever played in my life. Of all the guitars I've ever played. So this is a Tom Anderson Icon Classic. I have not made my video about it yet. I actually recorded me going into Guitar Center and ordering it with Tony Higbee here in town. And we have that, and then I'm going to do a full demo of it and all this kind of stuff. It is just amazing. It's so amazing. I'm not going to give away too much because I chose very specific specs. This is the past year, me figuring out what I wanted in a guitar all went into this with some very specific things that I wanted. And I'm so happy. It's so lightweight, and I mean, they just hit it out of the park in every way possible. Like I said, it's literally the best guitar I've ever played. It just plays effortlessly. Like it, you know, they say like buying a new guitar won't make you better. That is not true. Buying this guitar will make you better, because I've been just writing and playing stuff. I'm like, I couldn't play that before. It just plays so easy. I just took it into Glazier's and had it. I put 9.5s on it. They had 10s on it. And I've played it this, 3 or 4 months with 10s, and I'm like, I really want 9.5s, but I just never did anything. And I was like, I really want them to set this thing up perfect. And had a couple things tweaked on it, and it is just insane, this guitar. So, like I said, there's a full video coming very soon about it in this bowling ball finish. And it took about, I think it took about 6 months to get. I ordered it and then had to wait. It was either 5 or 6 months to get it, and it was so worth the wait. It's the main guitar I've been playing. It's what I reach for. So I didn't have it for a couple of days, and I'm like, man, I really miss my Anderson. But I had a 90s Anderson that I got that was incredible, but this is just a whole nother level, even above that. So the 90s one is in its case. It's going to be sold. I'm thinking about gathering up, a bunch of guitars and trying to get a Tom Anderson Angel at some point with a humbucker and a single coil and maybe a Floyd. So we'll have to see. But we'll end it there. There might be some other guitars. I mean, I have like an acoustic, an HT28, and stuff like that. But these are, whoa, my arm keeps slipping. These are the main ones. And I'm sure you are sick of hearing me talk by now. I'm sick of talking. So I can only imagine you're sick of listening to me. But if I missed something, let me know. If you're like, what happened to this guitar? Like I said, I probably traded it or sold it. I don't think anybody has any of my guitars right now. Like, nobody's borrowing them. I think I have them all here. So if you have questions or you want to know what happened to one or why I got rid of it, it's here. Oh, my Charvel. Sorry, I just did a video on, this is why I didn't include it. I just did a video on that Caribbean blue Charvel with the Wangay neck. So I still have that one. That thing is phenomenal. That's like the best import guitar. So anyways, I am officially done blabbing. Thank you all. Thanks to Sweetwater for sponsoring the video. Like I said before, if you want to subscribe, man, I've been posting lots of lessons. As soon as my finger's back to 100%, you'll be getting more lessons. So just know I appreciate you guys, and you know, stay nerdy. Later, homies.